Myself Pavani. I am working as Assistant Professor in CSE AIML department at MLR Institute of Technology. Today I would like to give a session on lexical resources. In previous video we discussed about natural language processing applications. In today's session we discuss lexical resources. What is the meaning of lexical resource? That means multiple words. It contains WORDNET, FrameNet database and research corpora, POS, taggers, means building taggers. These are the some lexical resources. So coming to the first one here, WORDNET. Today we discuss WORDNET. This is an overview of the today's session. So what is the first one? Introduction to the lexical resources and what is the meaning of WORDNET and what are the features of WORDNET and hierarchy of the WORDNET and visualization of the WORDNET hierarchy and some examples and applications of WORDNET. Coming to the first one, introduction to lexical resources. Here what is the meaning of here lexical resource? It is the meaning of collection of words. That means we are collecting the words from the sentences by dividing them into tokens. Next, here words or phrases. That means noun phrase, word, verb phrase or adjective, some prepositions. Right? These are all the some words. With associated, that means information means some sentence. Whenever we are taking sentence, the sentence will divide into some. That means divide into some tokens. The tokens are called as a words. These contains are called as a phrases such as POS, parts of speech tagging, and some sense. That means some sense means within the sentence we have to follow the some sentence. That means surrounding of that text. These are secondary to text. That means these lexical resources are mainly called as secondary to text. That means whenever we have to follow some sentences, meaningful sentences, we have to depend. That means previous one is dependent to the next one, next word. Usually created and enriched with the help of a text. Depends on the previous word. There are 4 types of lexical resources are there. Some WORDNET or FrameNet, right? In the WORDNET, FrameNet, some phrases, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. This is about the lexical resources. See, coming to WORDNET, here what is the meaning of WORDNET? Here WORDNET means it is a large database. It contains words. That means direct words are sentences. Here a word and semantics are, that means semantics means here meanings or relations or according to the sentence of the word in a context. That means it play a very important role in a natural language processing. That means WORDNET plays a very important role in a NLP, right? So a meaningful sentence is composed of meaningful words. So by using the meaningful sentence, we can compose the meaningful words. Depends on the sentence, surrounding of the text. So it can be used in a text classification concept and sentiment analysis, and most of the important we discussed in previous video, word sense disambiguation. This is a very important one in NLP subject. These areas we are using the WORDNET database. See, it is we discussed, right, large lexical database of English that groups words into some set of synonyms. Here what is the meaning of here synonyms? It means the English verbs or sentence nouns are called as a synonym, sometimes called as synsets, and provides the short definitions to the words. That means whenever we are using the sentence, it contains some words, right? The word contains some definition, that is meaning of the particular that word. We call it as a some synsets. It is widely used in a computational linguistic, means scientific English language, and maintained at the Princeton University. That means a WORDNET developed by the Princeton University and aims to the model structure of the human language by linking related words based on their meanings rather than just spelling their surrounds or sounds. So it only depends on the not only sounds, it depends on the surrounding of the text. So let's see the features of WORDNET. See what are the features of WORDNET. So coming to the first one here, what we discuss synsets. Synsets means meaning of the particular word. That means related word. Here, for example, see the car here, right? The car contains a synset is some automobile. Belong to the same synset. That means both are related to each other. It specifies the synset. Let's see the different types here. Here hypernyms. Here what is the meaning of hypernym? A word that represents a broader category of the word. That means suppose see the example here. Vehicle comes into the car. The car is the hypernym to the vehicle. Here car is the hypernym to the vehicle. This is the example for the hypernyms. That means a word represents the broader category of the particular words. Here next see the hyponyms. Here what is the meaning of hyponym? A word that represents a more specific concept. That means it represents the more specific concept under the another word. Here see the example. Car is a hyponym of vehicle. Here vehicle is the hypernym of car. Here car is the hyponym of vehicle. Vehicle is the hyponyms of car. Car is the hyponym of vehicle. This is the main difference between the hyponyms and hyponyms. See the abbreviations here, hypernym and hyponyms. Hypernyms means super coordinate concepts and hyponyms means subordinate concepts, superordinate and subordinate. See next one, meronyms. It means part, whole relationship. It means entire the relationship. It represents the part of something else. Here see the example. Wheel is the part of the car. That means wheel is the meronym for the car. Here wheel is the meronym for the car. Next see the next one, antonyms. Here what is the meaning of antonym? That means quite opposite. See the here pair of the words with opposite meanings. Example hot and cold. That means quietly opposite. Antonyms means quietly opposite meanings. Opposite word. These are the some relations between the words. Hypernyms, hyponyms and meronyms and antonyms. Let's see the here example of synset. Here synset is associated with the brief definition and sometimes use of examples to clarify the meaning. Whenever we are using synset, that means we have to clarify the particular word or example when we take the synset. Here see the relationship. WORDNET provides the links between synsets that capture the different types of semantic relationships. That means by using synset, we have to find out the semantic relations between the antonyms and hypernyms and hyponyms and meronyms. This is the main feature of the WORDNET. Let's see the next one. See the WORDNET hierarchy. We discussed hyponym, hyponym, mononym, right? Let's see the one by one hierarchy. It provides the hierarchy. That means step by step procedure. It refers to the how WORDNET organizes a words and concepts into tree structure. That means whenever we call hierarchy means it's in a step by step process. It's called as a tree structured format. In the structured format where concepts at the top of and general are board. That means when we mentioned in previous we discussed, right, structure, these are some childs, right? This is the main concept of the entire structure. Childs are the some subordinates of the parent node. Same, this organization is particularly useful for understanding the semantic relations between the words. It means here what is the structure defines, the child represents the within the part of the structure. It means there is a relationship between the structure and the parent. That means parent and the child node. Let's see the step by step hierarchy. The first one we discussed, right, hypernym and hyponym hierarchy. That means is here we are using the easier relationship. That means within the hypernym and hyponym we are representing easier relationship. Easy. Compulsory we have to define the hyponym and hyponym within the easier relationship. You see the hyponym is a more general term. Suppose for example animal. Here some vehicle is the hyponym, right? Here vehicle is a hyponym. In this example animal is the some hyponym. Hyponym, see the hyponym. Hyponym is the dog. Some specifications of the animal. Some this number of multiple, right? Here the hyponym is a more specific instead of hyponym. That means it contains a number of, right? It is here dog is the hyponym. That means hyponym for the animal. Let's see here. Animal is the hyponym. Within that dog is the hyponym. In previous example vehicle is the hyponym and car is the hyponym. This is the difference. It means it is a hyponym is a general term, but hyponym is a some specific instance. That means particularly some specified instance is called as a some hyponym. Let's see the example here. Some entity, living thing, animal, some mammal. This is a hierarchy. So whenever we call entity means places, names, some things, animals comes under the entity. So here in the hierarchy we represent take this entity, right? Entity comes to the some living things. This is a some example. Living thing comes to some animals. So animal some mammal, right? Under mammal some dogs. This is the hierarchy. This is a WORDNET hierarchy. Hyponym and hyponym very easy relationship. Let's see the holonym and mononym hierarchy. That means part whole relation. That means entire part of the sentence relationship. Let's see the example here. Some holonym represents the example some car. Here car contains some wheel suppose tire, right? This is a relationship between the car and wheel and tire. Here wheel is the mononym and car is the holonym. Let's see the diagram here. Here hyponym is a color. Hyponyms are purple, red, blue and green. These purple is the main hyponym. Red, blue, green colors are the different. That means co-hyponym. That means some another hyponyms. Let's see here. Some purple contains some violet, lavender. These are the some hyponyms. This is the hierarchy of the some color. Okay. Next, see the continuation of the WORDNET hierarchy. The hierarchy can be thought as a tree structure, right? You already defined, right? Tree structure. It contains its root and contains the branches. So, root we called as a entity. Root we called as a entity and branches, that means tail nodes we called as a some dog or animal. Suppose we take the animal example. Here dog is the some branches. And some dog contains some different types is there. So, we can take that. So, these leaves at the end of the branches the more specific terms. Let's see the here hierarchical structure particularly useful for the here word sense disambiguation. In previous video discussed word sense disambiguation. That means we have to remove the ambiguity situation by taking the multiple meanings according to the surrounding of text. Next, text classification and clustering. Here what is the meaning of text classification? We can divide the words into some grouping of the words based on the clustering means collecting the small groups. That means combining the small group of words. That means next ontology, construction, knowledge representation. Here what is the meaning of knowledge representation? We are taking the structured data like artificial intelligence, some semantic web. That means step by step procedure by taking the discourse knowledge procedure, right? In previous we discussed knowledge. That means some database you are taking in the structured format. Let's see the visualization of the WORDNET hierarchy. Here we are taking the artifact. Under artifact some motorcycle. Under motorcycle some motor car. That means go-kart or truck. These are some difference in a motorcycle. Under motor car some hatchback, compact or gas guzzle. This is the some hierarchy differentiation in the visualization of the WORDNET hierarchy. See the example here. Coming to the WORDNET entity. Here we are taking a river is a some entity. Under river, a large, here what is the meaning of river? Large natural stream of the water. This is the meaning of the some river. Let's here see the hyponym. Here river is a hyponym. Stream and water courses are the hyponyms. And body of the water, things, entity. This is the hierarchy structure of the WORDNET river. Let's see. The WORDNET contains multilingual. That means multiple languages. That means where we are using a WORDNET in multiple languages. That means it is a database that contains the multiple languages. So WORDNET exists in multiple languages that include some English, some Dutch, Spanish, Italian, some German, etc. But up to now we discussed by using English only. English dictionary only we discussed it, right? River and vehicle, car, animals. This comes under all the English, right? Here see the difference in different WORDNETs. Here see first one Euro WORDNET. That means European languages. This WORDNET we are using for the European languages. Next, Hindi WORDNET developed by the some IIT Bombay students with the 25 words at 208 synsets and 56,928 some words. This Hindi WORDNET contains. It is developed by the IIT Bombay students, right? Next one, Marathi WORDNET developed by the some IIT Bombay, right? This is some multiple WORDNETs. Euro WORDNET, Hindi WORDNET and Marathi WORDNET. So many are there, but just we discuss only some 3. Let's see the here Hindi WORDNET. Here WORDNET, the word is Akanksha. Here what is the meaning in Akanksha is that means desire or aspiration. This is the some dictionary. The database contains some words desire and aspiration, but it is a name or some entity. See the next one, Hindi WORDNET for some laugh. See the different variations here. Some snicker, that means quiet laugh. Giggle or titter, that means nervous laugh. Cackle means some loud or unpleasant laugh. Suckle means some soft laugh. And convulsions means uncomfortable laughter. These are the different types of laughs in some Hindi WORDNET database. There are some examples of the WORDNET. It means word. See the applications of the WORDNET, right? So what is the first one? First we have to identify the concept. First we have to identify the concept based on the help of the some related terms. That means previous terms, we can, by using previous terms, we can identify the concept. That means surrounding of the text. And enhances the semantic understanding. That means after finding the identification, we have to enhance the understanding of the particular sentence meaning. Useful in word sense disambiguation. This identification is very useful in word sense disambiguation to overcome the ambiguity situation. See the examples here. Identifying automobile, car, vehicle, all are rare terms. That means depends on here automobile comes under the car or and vehicle. These are all relationship between these 2-3 terms. It means there is a relationship between the automobile and car and vehicle. So next see the word sense disambiguation. That means contains the multiple meanings. Depends on the surroundings, we can take the particular meanings. WORDNET, it helps in some synonym sets and semantic relationship. See the next one, automatic query expansion. So whenever we are asking the query to the database, it automatically expands the query by using the WORDNET. So instead of matching only exact word, it includes some synonyms and hyponyms. That means it will not show the exact word, by it takes some help, the help of the synonyms, hyponyms to display the question, right? By using the automatic query expansion, we can improve the search accuracy. That means it will show the exact question, not exact question. It will display the some related information. Not only depends on the documents, it will not show the documents, it will show the text format. This is one of the application in natural language processing, automatic question answering system. It will not display in any document, it will display in a text format. Will display data. So next, fourth one, document categorization. That means document categorization means text classification or text summarization. That is the meaning of here document categorization. That means we have to summarize the text and we have to classify the text by using the syntactic rules. Here see the word, by using the WORDNET, we can organize the text and we can categorize the text, we can summarize the text by using the some specified documents. Here semantic knowledge supports the some text classification. That means structuring the data, grouping the semantic analysis, connection between the related words. Let's see the next one, document summarization. We already discussed here, right? That means text summarization. By using the WORDNET, we can identify the semantically connected words in a document. That means there is a connection between the word to word, right? We can easily identify by using documents WORDNET. We can easily identify there is a relationship between the word to word. Let's see the machine translation. We already completed this concept in previous video. What is the meaning of here machine translation? That means source language to target language. That we can transfer some language to another language. That means here when the translation occurs, we need the words, right? So different type of language dictionaries we need. So that's purpose we are using the WORDNET in machine translation. In previous we discussed, right? Some Hindi WORDNET, English WORDNET, European WORDNET. So different type of language we have to translate, right? So for this purpose we are using the WORDNET. Let's see the next one, sentiment analysis. Here, what is the meaning of sentiment analysis? We have to find out the emotions of the human. By using this purpose, we are using the WORDNET database. The WORDNET database contains the sentiment analysis. That means sentiment type of words also, happy, some sad mode, some angry mode. This type of words also available in a WORDNET. For this purpose, we are using the WORDNET in sentiment analysis. It helps the sentiment and opinion of the text. It display in the text format. Here see the emotion, tone and opinion meaning. It is display in a emotion mode and in the format text, not in document format. This is all about the WORDNET database. WORDNET database. We discussed, so what is the meaning of lexical resources? So next, what is the WORDNET? How to define the WORDNET and features of the WORDNET and hierarchy of the WORDNET and visualization of the WORDNET and applications of the WORDNET, and we see some examples and different types of WORDNETs. Some language to language, how many WORDNETs are there, we discussed, right? This is the overall about today's session. Thank you.